Hey guys, how's everybody doing today? Rick, how you doing, sir?
I am back in Ohio
Back
from
in Ohio.
Florida, so yeah, you tell me how I'm doing.
So I'm assuming it kind of sucks.
It's not bad weather today. Today was beautiful though, but yeah.
Oh man, today here it was I think it was almost 80 here.
Oh wow, yeah,
Yeah.
we got warm front coming. Cool,
Yeah, so
very
you'll
cool.
get warm for a while and then
Yeah, then a
yeah, but
blizzard in the middle
yeah.
of May, probably in that
Yeah.
range. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Well, we're getting some really nasty storms on Friday, so look out.
Yes.
But hey guys, hope everybody's Monday was good. We had a little technical issues, or I had a technical issue right before we started. Notice the angle is a little different here. Um, I'm on my phone right now. The About 2 minutes before it went on, my computer down here was not really connecting to the internet too well, and it kept freezing me. So quick change, and I'm on my phone. Hope to God it does it the battery lasts on there. So you may lose me, and it could be an all Rick show tonight.
Oh boy,
I
BJ, BJ. Yeah, tornadoes aren't fun. So I agree with you. I was at Vero Beach, by the way.
let's see. I'm trying to find comments on. So so I'm used to having a computer and then having the comments on the right side, nice and big, where I can see it. Oh, hi BJ, hi Kim. Roger here.
Oh.
Pam, how you doing? So, but that's on my phone. I have it over here on my laptop or my iPhone or iPad or whatever the hell that's called.
Yeah,
So
that
I can
thing.
see the chat over there, but that's only in Zanzibar chat. I can't really see the Paranormal Among Us chat. Also, this will be the last week that I'm going to be doing streaming on both platforms. So starting next Monday, it'll just be on Zanzibar. So make sure you come on over to Zanzibar and like and subscribe to that, so you can get the shows and stuff. So um, and Pam, if you don't mind putting the link to Zanzibar out there, actually you're on Zanzibar. We'll figure this out later. I'm afraid to touch anything right now. I'm afraid to touch anything. So hope your week's going better than mine. But yeah, sorry we missed a couple weeks there. I forgot what happened 2 weeks ago that we couldn't make it.
I don't
Um,
remember 2 weeks ago. Last week, I know we both had.
yeah, last week, yeah, I was 45 minutes away, and I wouldn't have made it back. I didn't make it back, and you were unavailable as well. So
Yep. How did the
uh,
surprise go? Did you surprise him or no?
it went really good. So the
Good.
thing we got my son, the plates for my son's car last Monday, and I was out in West County at a DMV that was packed,
Hmm.
and I was the very last person to be seen. So I barely made it home by 6:30. So I wouldn't have been able to get on anyway.
Yep.
Um, but he was working. He had no idea I was doing this. He was working, and we decided to put the license plate in a box, wrap it up as a birthday present. His birthday is later on this month, and I kept telling him, "Hey, we got a birthday present for you that just came in. We're really excited. Want you to see it. So go ahead and open it." And he was so excited.
I
He
bet he
was so
was.
excited. So
That's awesome.
he's been driving it a lot and loving it. So
Awesome.
he's a happy kid. So and that in turns makes us happy parents. So
Yes. That's good
so
stuff. Very good stuff.
speaking of happy parents, you
Yeah.
were down in Florida with your son.
I was at the Jackie Robinson complex in Vero Beach. Beautiful,
Ooh.
beautiful park. Yeah. Cool thing was right after they played on Friday, Michigan and Illinois started their series as their spring break. So we got to watch, as me and Bryce are diehard Michigan fans, so we got to go watch them live in a very
Hmm.
small place. So it was
Hmm.
pretty cool.
And did Illinois beat him?
No, No. 11-7. Let's just say pitching was not a premium that night.
No, it doesn't sound like it.
No.
Yeah. So, well, good. I mean, it sounded from what that you sent me and what you posted on Facebook, sounded like you had a pretty good week down there.
We did. It was a great time. The boys bonded. They had a good time. It was a lot of baseball. 9 games in 7 days. 4 doubleheaders in a single game, and 1 off day on Thursday. So they got their fill for sure. They went 4-5, but if you understand capital baseball, I mean that's the change is starting, and you can see it. And it's led by 2 freshmen, my son and our leadoff guy are both freshmen. As anybody knows, it's damn near impossible to start as a freshman in any collegiate level. So, I mean, these two are their star recruits for a long time, and they're going to be the change. They have to be. I mean, this program has nowhere to go but up. So it's cool. It's cool to see it at the ground level.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, cool. We had both had some good times last week. So
yeah,
and you know, I'm just getting over a cold, so that's why I sound kind of nasally. So, I mean, everybody that saw me on Saturday, I sound much better than I did Saturday. So
good.
we're coming out of the woods, and I think I got my wife sick.
So,
yeah. So this is my man cave. This is where I'll be living for a week.
Yes, I was going to say, where's your cot? Yeah.
I have recliners in the other room, so I will be in there.
This is Paul's bunks.
Yep. So, but hey, guys, we have a fun show tonight. We were going to talk the Four Nations tournament, the hockey tournament, instead of the All-Star game in the NHL. We were going to talk about that last week.
Right.
So we're going to talk about it a little bit tonight, and we're going to get into some baseball. My computer just came up, so I might be in business on my computer. So, let's get into the Four Nations tournament. In case you guys don't follow NHL, they did the Four Nations tournament instead of doing the All-Star break, which I think was pretty darn cool.
It was awesome.
Ratings were fantastic. A lot of people loved it. So I have a feeling this is going to catch on. And you know, next year they have the Olympic break, so there won't be any NHL for 2 weeks. And then maybe after that, the year after that, they might get back into the Nations tournament and hopefully have a few more.
I definitely hope for that. Yeah. You know who we forgot to, and we left off? Germany. That was a good one they can add in a heartbeat.
Yep.
Croatia, like we were talking about. Because, Czechs for sure. But, the Russian thing, hopefully in 2 years will pan itself out. Yeah. And hopefully, there's too many good players over there. If you brought them into the mix, I want to see if they're banned from the Olympics, but I doubt they would be.
Yeah, I guess depending on the political situation.
Correct.
How that resolved itself.
Yeah, it was awesome. Why don't you tell everybody who got the right score, though, Paul? And overtime, except wrong team winning.
You know what? I threw that paper away, so I have no recollection.
Of course you did. It's a good thing these are recorded. 4-3, I called it in overtime even. You were like, oh, that's very specific. And U.S. had 2 shots at the end of that game. That goaltender stood on his head for Canada. He won that game, honestly, at the end.
That was that's our boy Binnington.
Yes,
and that for Canada.
Yep.
You know what? It looks like I might be back in business, so I am going to switch over to my.
Oh boy!
This could be. Oh wait, I don't have my.
Hey guys, in IT terms, this is called a what is it? The idiot. The ID 10T error. That's Paul.
Let's see what happens. Okay. Well, you know what? I don't know because it just kind of it skipped ahead of me here. Let's see what happens here.
Oh, look at this. Double Pauls. There's something's weird about this. This is scary. This belongs on your paranormal chat. Get this off now, quick. I'm scared.
You know what? Yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna stay on my phone. It looks like.
Oh, that was
Okay. That was good.
That was awesome.
Oh no, wait a minute. Okay, hang on a second.
Oh no is right. Yeah, run. Uh-oh.
Okay.
Sinfully wait. Right? You seeing double, Sen? Smoothie got a little Irish coffee in it. Yeah.
Okay. Hang on a second. I think
Hi. That's way too close of me. Ugh. Run. Oh my gosh. It's just me. Oh dear Lord. All right. Thank God he's back.
okay, I'm gonna get out here eventually. So let's
Guys,
see
can you
here.
help him? Come on,
There we go.
guys.
There we go. I think we got it. You don't hear me twice, do you?
No, you're good now.
Okay. Okay, so this is really bizarre. Okay, so anyway, the Four Nations.
You guys all
where
deal
we
in
from?
bizarre.
That is true.
Okay,
is
so
true.
this is normal.
That is true. Wow, my phone is slightly behind the computer.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so anyway, Four Nations tournament. What were we talking about? I can't remember. This show is going off the rails tonight.
I don't know. Kimber's loving it though. She's loving seeing you squirm right now. I think they're all having a good time with you and pure chaos.
I think so too. Oh, and to those of you who just are joining us, I don't know what to say about this. I don't know where to look.
Oh, we were talking about the Four Nations
That's
tournament.
a hockey tournament.
Yeah, Bennington saving the day for Canada.
Oh my God! You know, and the really cool thing about this tournament too was it happened right before the trade deadline. Everybody's stock that played really well in this tournament just went sky high.
Mm-hmm.
And here in St. Louis, everybody kept saying that, Bennington should be traded. Bennington should be traded and get to a contending team and everything. But, luckily the Blues kept everybody. No one got traded at the trade deadline, so we're fine. So anyway, what just a fantastic tournament we had. A great I guess the first time the USA and Canada played, Zanzibar.
It's a great name.
Band people. No, kidding. I mean, the first time USA and Canada played, they had 3 fights in 10 seconds or something like that.
Correct. Yep.
What an amazing game that was, just to get to the final round.
Yes. And a note to the U.S. hockey team, leaving the best player in the world in the slot all by himself is probably not what you want to do to end the game. I mean, you gave Connor McDavid a 12-foot shot with nobody around him. That's probably not fair.
So, just to explain that a little bit, in the final game, in overtime, do they do – I didn't see the overtime.
They were doing fives. It was normal. Yep.
So in the hockey playoffs, regular season overtime is 3-on-3 for 5 minutes and then shootouts.
Correct.
In the Olympics and the playoffs, NHL playoffs, and I guess this in the tournament, it's in overtime. It's 5-on-5, sudden death, 60-minute periods. So
it was 10 minutes on that
60-minute periods, 20-minute periods.
I was like, damn, that's a long period, man. That's gonna be some gas players. That got me tired just listening to it. Like 60 minutes of skating.
Anyway, I know what I'm talking about, really.
You really do, actually, with hockey, for sure.
So in overtime, I don't think it went too long in overtime, did it?
It did. You are mistaken. It went like 8.5 minutes. It was near the end of the OT when he scores that.
So somehow the U.S. defense left Connor McDavid, one of the best players in the NHL, wide open in front of the net, and he does not miss from that when he's wide open. So
no,
I think, didn't Bennington get a little piece of it though?
You mean U.S.'s goalie? He did,
I mean,
but
yeah,
I mean it was.
Hellebuck.
Yeah, it was two point blank. I was like, it was just a missed
Yeah.
assignment by one of the two defensemen went down to down basically parallel with the net, and they kind of double teamed, and he just slid up and he was wide open. I was
Yeah.
like, that's not fair to him.
Yeah.
But
And
I mean, as far as ratings go, can you not script that any better if you're
no kidding.
hockey?
And you could pretty much tell who was going to be in the finals. When
Yeah,
this thing first
from
started. I
jump.
mean,
Yeah,
Canada, USA, Finland, and Sweden.
Sweden. Yep,
I mean, Finland and Sweden are decent teams.
yep.
Don't get me wrong, but I mean, all the firepower that U.S. and Canada have, there's just no match for those
Agreed.
two teams. So,
Sets it up
but yeah,
great for the Olympics, dude. I mean, you couldn't have asked for a
oh yeah,
better prequel to that when you got the bad blood with the Kachucks. I mean, this is going to be great for the Olympics.
yeah, it's going to be just huge. And I think going forward with this, like we said before, this is just. I think this is the way All Stars should be. All Star games should be. Baseball they can't take 2 weeks off. Football, I don't know what they can do to fix that. Maybe
They
not have it.
can't. Yeah, I
Maybe
agree.
maybe the NBA can do this. I
Yep.
mean, they do kind of a tournament in the middle of season too, but
Yeah, they did that to help with their rankings. Honestly, their ratings TV were plummeting, so they tried this.
yeah. But I mean, kudos to the NHL, and it came at a great time that the playoffs are positioning for the playoffs are underway, and it's just if you are a casual hockey fan, this is the time to start watching hockey right now.
Yes. Yeah, if you ever question the toughness of any of the sports, which I do on a daily, especially when people like LeBron James have a hangnail and are out 3 weeks, watch hockey. Playoff hockey.
Yeah, playoff. It's not for the weak of heart.
No.
And I for some reason I'm getting a lot of LeBron James on my Facebook feed.
That's because you love him as much as Tom Brady.
My two favorite people.
I knew it.
But it's amazing seeing somebody just kind of run past him and he's just flopping around like he got punched in the face or something like that.
He is old, dude. I mean, he is a little bit fragile now.
Yeah, and he complains a lot too. So to the refs and everything, but anyway,
yeah,
it was a great tournament.
Was
I am looking forward to the Olympics, and then in 2 years, hopefully they do this again with
yes, the Four Nations. Maybe make it
more
6
teams.
or 8. Yep,
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yep. So, what are your final thoughts on the tournament?
It was the best thing, and whoever came up with it, including players or whoever, needs a bonus, because whoever came up with the concept and whoever signed off of it on the NHLPA, the Players Associate, whoever the heads were that said yes, they need a raise, because what was it, 12 million viewed the final in the States, 9 million in Canada. It was ridiculous. I mean, just absolutely, and that's not even streaming. I mean, that was just live TV, not people on here watching it. So it was a huge success. Huge success.
I agree.
And like Paul was saying, playoff hockey, folks, if you want to see some gruesome stuff, like he said, it's not for the faint of heart. That Vancouver kid that one year had, 78 stitches and came back out? I mean, how do you do that?
That hockey players do that. That's what you do.
Yeah.
I've seen players get hit in the mouth with a puck, lose some teeth, miss a shift, and they're right back out there. I mean, they are the tough guys. I mean,
yes,
football players, okay, they're tough, but the NBA certainly.
Patty's killing you, man. Patty, that's not nice.
Can you not hear me?
Oh my God, Kimber, come on!
Wow, Kim, come on.
That was awesome.
Can you hear me? Okay.
I can. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. So I guess everything's. I got my AirPods on, so I don't know. I'm assuming that it's coming through there.
You sound good to me. I don't know. She
Yeah,
may.
but how
Yeah,
does
I
it
don't know.
really? No, I'm kidding. Anyways.
Yeah. Hey,
So okay, Four Nations. I am lower actually, Paul. Hmm. If I've
turn your
set,
stuff up.
I don't know how to. I just muted it.
ID 10T.
Okay, you know what? I am not going to even touch it on there. So here, you know what? Let's do this.
Oh boy. Here we go again. Okay. Whew. Scary. That was scary.
All right. So hockey playoffs. Let's talk a little bit about the hockey playoffs. You guys are in a dogfight. By you guys, I mean the Columbus Blue Jackets
Yes.
and
Ottawa, Detroit, the Rangers, that whole area is separated by like 2 points. It's stupid.
wow,
Yeah.
wow,
There's like
wow,
6 teams that are still mathematically really viable for the two spots. It's going to be good. Tonight is a
wow.
4 point game with Ottawa Detroit, and Ottawa's lost five or Detroit's lost five straight. It's a make or break for them, I think, to stay in it.
Mm-hmm,
Columbus actually is looking amazing. To be honest
mm-hmm,
with you, they put up 7 on the Rangers last night. My kid from Michigan, Fantilli, with a hattie. I mean, they're looking good.
mm-hmm. That's awesome. And it's the same thing in the West. I mean, between I believe Vancouver, and in hockey, I always call Calgary Calgary.
Calgary, yep. We always used to,
That's
yep.
the hockey thing. If we're talking about just whatever, it's Calgary. But in
Yes,
hockey terms, it's Calgary.
yep.
So them, the Blues, Minnesota is not is further ahead. They're the number one wild card team.
Hmm.
But my thought is these teams that are like one through four, 1 through 5, maybe they're almost. I don't want to say they're comfortable right now
They're
because they're probably
cruising.
not. They're
I know where
cruising.
you're going with this, and the playoffs have already started for these other teams.
Yeah, there's like 9 teams in each conference who are already in playoff mode,
Yep.
and those that make it into the wild card, they're either going to flop in the first round because they've been playing so hard, depending on how far back they come, or they had to come, or watch out for one of these wild card teams to win the Stanley Cup.
Especially if one of those goaltenders gets hot in that stretch.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because you know and I know that that's what it takes to win cups. They
Mm-hmm.
can talk about offense and the firepower and all that. It takes a goalie standing on his head in the playoffs. Always
Right.
has.
Right. And I always put a hell of a lot more credence on just getting into the playoffs than being the best team in one of the conferences or the
T-
best team in the league. That they don't have anything to play for the last month.
Tell you what,
So
man, it's the only 1-2 that an 8 seed can win a cup.
right,
You
right,
know what I mean? You're never going to see an 8 or a 10 seed in the NBA win a championship ever again. That's not going to happen. You
right.
know, NFL, it's rare that a wild card gets in and does it. Same baseball is a little more common, but NHL is the one. The Kings were
Mm-hmm,
an 8 seed when they won it. I mean,
mm-hmm.
you don't just look at it and go, oh, they're going to get steamrolled. Nobody gets steamrolled in the playoffs in hockey. It just doesn't happen.
No, no, no. I completely agree. And there's so much parity in the league now that it's just an amazing league. I believe that's
Uh,
my favorite sport by far.
Agreed. Agreed.
Um, yeah,
Sinfully, I am a Red Wing diehard, and yes, they're in trouble. Tonight's the biggest game of the season for them, just to throw that out there.
and the Red Wings have been, I don't want to say bad for a while,
They
but they
have been
haven't really
bad for
been
a while.
in
Six
the
or seven
playoff hunt.
straight years. Yep.
Yeah, and remember when they were winning just about everything with Scotty Bowman and everything?
25 straight years making the playoffs. Death
Yeah.
taxes, Red Wing hockey. That
Yep.
was a guarantee in the playoffs. Yep.
Do you know where Scotty Bowman got his first at least one of his first head coaching jobs?
No, I know he was in Montreal for a while, but I don't know where his original was. You're going to tell me St. Louis.
St. Louis Blues.
I knew it. Yeah.
He was their I believe he was their original coach,
Okay.
and they took him to. So back then it was the original six, and then the first expansion wave. And for some crazy, stupid reason, the NHL kept the original six in one conference and the expansion six in another conference. So the winner of each conference plays in the Stanley Cup final.
Sure.
So you have this really, really solid, fantastic
Yeah.
conference,
Yeah.
and then you have the expansion team,
Yeah.
and Boston, or I don't know, I think it was Boston, just blew St. Louis out of the water. So
It's like The Replacements, the movie.
yeah, exactly. But thank God that St. Louis made it in and everything. So
Yeah, that's yeah.
But they will win it. Sinfully, are you saying that Detroit will win it?
Oh, they need to get in, is what they need to.
Yeah.
Oh, she's talking about tonight. I said it was the biggest game. It's the Ottawa game. It's a 4-point swing, basically. Those are two guys fighting for the number 2 wild card with Columbus. Yeah.
And I don't know if I said this over the air one time on here, but here in St. Louis, one of the sportscasters on the radio had a thing where if the Blues would be, this is when the Detroit Red Wings and the Blues were in the same division. And whenever the Red Wings would come to town, or whenever the Blues would play the Red Wings, it was always punch a Red Wing fan in the face day.
That is funny.
We hated the Red Wings.
I remember. Trust me, I remember. Chicago was in our division. It was the old. They called it. Remember, Chris Berman called it the NFC Central and then hockey. Yeah, the Norris division. So he'd always call it the Norris division in football too. Yep. And God, we used to hate each other. Oof.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That was when rivalries were actually hate filled.
Yes.
I mean, go back and look at some games from the 90s, early 80s, maybe 70s, 80s. Oh my God.
Yeah, St. Louis hates Yzerman. I remember a specific goal from the blue line that changed everything. But yeah, watch like the Blues and look up Bob Probert and his fights with any of them from the Blues.
Yep. And then as much as Paul hates,
No, he loves Tom. I told you, he's just an undercover. He wants to play this. Oh, I hate him. Tom, I love you. I love you, Tom. That's what he does.
Don't let anybody fool you. I do not like Tom Brady. He is not my favorite.
Oh.
But,
bromance, yes.
Yes. Right. So any of the Probert fights, go back and watch. Go on YouTube and search St. Patrick's Day Massacre.
Miracle.
It wasn't a miracle. It was a massacre. It was Blues Blackhawks. I think it was a home and home game. The first game you don't see on YouTube, but the highlights from the second game, there was at least 2 huge brawls where everybody was all the goalies.
Yep.
They didn't fight. So I mean that was something. So I'll have to watch that with St. Patrick's Day coming up here pretty soon. I'm gonna have to watch that again. So, but good old hockey back then. Now they're making it into a speed sport.
They are. They're turning it Euro hockey a little bit.
Yeah, but I mean, it's still the roughest sport around.
Still agree. Yes,
the toughest players play that. Like you said, they can get hit in the face, whatever, go back and get stitches, and then come back out and play.
Absolutely.
No other sport will do that. No other sport will do that. So.
Oh yes, and for sure, him and McCarty, man, those were my 2 favorite fighters for the Red Wings.
Who was it on the Red Wings? Steve Larmer was one that I didn't like. Was a fighter. I can't think of his name.
Shanahan was a fighter for sure.
Brendan Shanahan. Yeah.
He was tough as nails, dude. That dude could fight.
Well, we had Kelly Chase and Tony Twist, but they were after that
Yep.
era.
I remember. Oh, Tony Twist. That's a good one. That dude could
Yeah,
scrap.
yeah. Oh my God. And you talk about a big dude. When you get hit by him, you get hit.
You feel it. Yeah.
You don't get up.
I'll tell you the best fighter for his size, Ty Domi. Watch the Ty Domi Bob Probert fights.
Yep.
Two of the best fights I've ever watched.
Yep. I was, it's funny that you mentioned that name. I was watching him and Craig Berube when he was with the
Yep.
Flyers as a player.
Yep.
They were dropping the gloves, and Berube just beat the living snot out of Ty Domi.
Yeah.
I mean, Ty Domi's a little dude, but
yes,
I
very
love
little.
Little guys.
I'm telling you, he swung, man. And if you want to see the funniest video of your life, watch him in the penalty box at Philadelphia when that fan was squirting Gatorade on him. So Domi squirts it back. The guy leans over and the glass falls. So he falls into the penalty box with Domi. And it looked like somebody just handed him an early Christmas gift. And he just started throwing straight rights on that dude. I go, yes, that's awesome.
It's like you're going to the zoo and you fall into line.
Yep, exactly.
You ain't getting out of that penalty.
Nope. It was great. And yes, on Joey Koser, that's a good one too. But yeah, there's been some great heavies. I just wish there were some. I mean, there still are. They just don't go after them as much anymore.
Yeah.
The Kachucks are trying to bring it back. I mean, what they did in a supposedly friendly stuff, that's great.
Yeah. I mean, those brothers. I mean,
they were not messing around. Yeah.
No.
Yep.
Just like their papa.
Yes, he was nasty. I liked him.
Yeah, they were fun to watch. So keep an eye on them in the future and everything. And
for sure, Ottawa, Florida. Those are the two teams. I think Keith or what's his name's out for the year, isn't he? Was it from the Four Nations that it happened? The Kachuk brother?
Brady or Matthew? I think it was
Matthew. He's out.
I believe he is. He is.
And I don't know if that happened at the Four Nations. You know what they're going to say. So
it did.
It sucks.
It happened in that first game against U.S. Canada.
That's what I thought. He tweaked it a little bit. Game. Exactly. Yep. He hid. Yep.
Brady was questionable for the final game as well.
Yeah.
I don't know if he made it back or not.
So, yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. So the playoffs are going to be absolutely astounding. I don't know who I would say the favorite is right now. Again, I'd always go with the hottest goaltender going into it. That's how I look at it.
Yeah.
It's like pitching.
If the season were to end right now, I don't think the Blue Jackets would be in, right?
Yeah, they would be as the number 2. Yes.
The number 2 wild card?
Number 2 or they're number 1 right now, but Ottawa, if they win tonight, jumps them to the number 1, and then they slide to 2. But I'm telling you, dude, there are so many within 2 points in that side. Mm-hmm. It's sickening. Yeah.
Yeah. It's so much fun.
It is. It's a blast right now. Yeah.
And I'm hoping. I think the Blues are like a point out of the second wild card, so I'm hoping that they make it in. And,
yep.
Like we said, anything
can happen once you get in. It's free for all.
Patty, I know nothing about sports. Just watch the Chiefs and only the Chiefs.
Yes.
Go Eagles. So I'll be quiet until Paul gives me more stuff to throw back at him. Thank you, little Patty. Uh-oh, Rick froze.
Nope, I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good.
Okay, so we have hockey and we have baseball.
Yes, we had baseball and then a little bit of baseball, then to hockey. Four Nations. Now I think you really want to talk baseball, and we talked about your loves of LeBron and Tom, so we've covered that. Low-hanging fruit.
Yeah, it is. Anyway, I cannot stand LeBron James or Tom Brady. They are my okay. I'll tell you what. They are my favorite players to not like. How about that?
That's fair. That's fair.
All right, on to baseball. Cause for some reason, I love hockey, playoff time. But once baseball, spring training hits, to me, the winter's over once spring training games start. It's spring. It's beautiful out. I can just picture being down at the ballpark, sitting there, people watching. Granted, it's 180 degrees here in the summertime with the humidity, but whatever. But for some reason, I just love this time of year. You got baseball starting, hockey is in the playoff mode and everything. So a couple really weird rules that baseball has, new rules, and I'm gonna try and here they are. Oops, that happened. Here we go. Luckily, I had it saved on my search.
Technology's scary.
So the first rule that they have from years past, those of you who aren't into baseball much, about the infield shift, where they would put three guys, depending on the handedness of the batter. They would put three guys on the left or three guys on the right side of the infield, leaving one on the other side. And I didn't like that shift to begin with. And honestly, I kept thinking, just lay a bunt
Thank
down.
you. I was just gonna say it. My God, the stubbornness and machismo of these idiots. When I go, you could bat like 700 on a year if they played that shift.
Yeah.
Just push a bunt down third and get a double off of it. There's nobody there.
And,
you got ghosts again? Oh, here we go.
I heard you in my headphones on the other side.
Sorry, I'm spoken for you. No bromance with you, man. Tom, take over. All right, go.
I agree. We wouldn't have to have this new rule that they had if players, these are professional baseball players. They need to learn how to hit the opposite way. Take what's given to them.
Yes.
The whole left side of the field is wide open.
Wide open. You got third baseman playing on the bag. Literally, you have nobody over there. Yes. Yeah.
And I've seen a couple players just lay a bunt down. It barely gets to third base, and they're standing on second.
Yeah. Yeah.
The runner that hit the bunt. Yeah. So I think this is a stupid rule. If players would have they could have done without this rule and gotten rid of the shift on their own by hitting the opposite way or whatever, learning how to hit the opposite way. Now, it is what it is. So the first one, it's a modification of the shift rule. It means, I think in 2023, I believe they had the shift rule, or 24, they started the shift rule where you had to have all the infielders on, or two on each
side of the bag.
Yeah. Yep. But I don't know what that rule was. Now,
oh boy,
I did do the search for this season. It's 25. Yep. The rule requires that the defensive team have no more than two infielders on either side of second base prior to a pitch being thrown. In addition, each infielder must be standing on the infield dirt. In other words, no shifting into shallow
the outfield. Yep.
Yeah, because they would take the shortstop or whatever, put them into the outfield, and they didn't have any infielders.
That one drove me nuts. Yeah, because hits were, they were throwing them out from short right because they were playing out on the grass. Yeah.
Yeah. So previously, if an infielder was caught violating the rule, a shortstop was on the second base side of the bag, resulting in three infielders on the right side before a pitch was delivered. The batting team could accept the result of the play or have the hitter be awarded an automatic ball. That was previous.
Yeah.
Which didn't sound much. Okay, you got a ball one on you. No big deal. Under the new rule, the batting team may accept the result of the play or the batter will be granted a free base, enabling any other runner on base to advance one base.
That will stop it.
Yeah. If there is a violation and the violating player was the first to touch the ball and play, it will be awarded as an error, I think. It'll be charged as an error to the fielder and no at-bat will be registered.
I like that rule.
Yeah. Just do without the shift.
Yeah, just go back to normal baseball. Stop.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of this commissioner Manford or whatever his name is.
He looks like he belongs on your other show, very much so.
It's true.
Yeah,
Him and
Sin,
the
that's
NBA
awesome. By the
commissioner.
way, I'm sorry. She named her son after Alan Trammell, which
Nice.
it seems like I grew up in Ipsy, by the way, Sin. So you're just speaking my language right now. Lance Parrish was the reason I got into catching as a 6'5" catcher. So now I want to punch him in the face because my knees has killed me. I should have been an upright ape catching the ball at first, like most guys my size. But no, I wanted to catch.
Get it all the way down there. Yep.
Yeah.
So you were from Ipsy?
Yes. Second hardest city to spell in the U.S. behind Albuquerque.
So if you get drunk, you'd be tipsy in Ipsy.
That's right. Ipsitucky is what we call it now, but thank you.
Ipsitucky. And
Eastern Michigan University is in Ypsilanti. Yep. So a MAC school.
Catch my joke.
I got yours, yes.
It wasn't that funny.
But people come from miles around to hear the funny man Paul. We're right here, man.
All across this beautiful land to hear
That's right.
Tipsy and Ipsy joke.
Tipsy and Ipsy joke, man.
I'm here all night, everybody.
All night. Dip your waiter, try the veal.
Okay, so the second rule, I feel like I'm getting close to the screen. Is this too close?
You're being awfully intimate with the crowd.
I am. Is Tom Brady out there? No.
I knew it!
Oh, stop it. I can't laugh. I'll be coughing. Okay, so the second rule, and before I get into this, thank you all for watching, coming in here to join us.
Yeah, we definitely appreciate it.
A quick reminder, I am streaming both the show on both Zanzibar and Paranormal Among Us. If you're over on Paranormal Among Us, this is going to be the last week that I'm going to have it on Paranormal Among Us. So starting next week, it's going to be on just Zanzibar. But who am I joking? I'm going to probably end up doing it next week because I'll forget.
You will. So, Kimber, you were super close. You're off by one letter.
Oh. There's a little Patty again. I can need to shut up so pick on me anymore. Okay, so the second rule change in baseball is this is kind of confusing to me, and I'm reading this word for word on MLB website.
I'm kind of bummed that you got your computer back up because I wanted to hear you try to do this. You were like, I read it and I still don't know what it is. And his computer was down, guys, so he was going to try to memorize what he had read.
Thank God.
Yeah, go ahead. Run it. I got to hear this.
Okay, this is a couple paragraphs long, so bear with me here. The second rule change involves the rare practice of running through a base other than first base on a forced play. For example, if there are runners on first and third with 2 out and a ball is hit on the ground, the runner going to second base might opt to run straight through the bag rather than sliding in the hope that he'd get there faster and beat the throw. Okay? If that runner beats the throw and overran the bag, he would likely get caught in a rundown and be tagged out. But it would enable the runner from third to score on the play before the third out was recorded. In the past, if a runner was called out at second base in this scenario, and upon review, a replay official found that he actually did beat the throw before going past the bag, the umpires would have to ignore that the runner overran the base and place him on second. The rule change gives umpires the power to call the trail runner out for abandonment of second base, even if he beat the throw. He is considered to have abandoned the bag as soon as both feet land on the other side of the base. In that case, whether the runner at third scores or not will depend on whether he touched home plate before or after the runner at second was ruled to have abandoned second base.
Yeah, I get it. I understand what they're saying, but hey, here's a tip. Anytime a ball's thrown and there's a play on a bag, slide. Just like in high school, you have to get down. That would have eliminated all. They're just giving you a bunch of fudge and BS because it's kind of like the NFL when they kept taking UFL stuff, USFL rules, but they never give them credit, basically. This is what the MLB does. Why are you not on the same page as all your minor leagues and all high school and college plays? Why do you have to, muddle the rules all the way up each level? That's just dumb.
And, this started with Manfred. This started when he was trying to shorten the game when they went to extra innings by putting the phantom runner on second base.
Yes, the shootout rule. Yeah,
that's incredibly stupid. It didn't
absolutely
really shorten the time of any of these games by much at all.
Yep.
Excuse me. And then some of his other rules, he made the bases bigger.
Yeah. Yes, that was so nobody would basically run over somebody's foot or leg and stuff, but that didn't do anything either. And they were talking about more stolen bases because of the bags are bigger. Can you just stop, dude? You're messing with the game for no reason because you want like teenagers to be able to focus on a game for more than 2 hours. Mm-hmm. Okay, sorry.
Sinfully, you're right there I'm right there with you. I'm confused about baseball now. Whoop, wrong one.
Yeah, you
I'm
should.
right there with you.
Yeah,
I mean, it is. He's messing with, like you said, he's messing with it way too much. The other thing that I really don't like is the time clock in baseball.
Yeah, they're using it now in college. We had it the entire trip.
I mean, it's gotten to the point where on the broadcast side of things, you only need one broadcaster, and you don't
have time for a color guy to give stories. You're right, 100%.
And I don't know if any of you guys, I'm sure it did make national news, but Jim Edmonds came out a couple weeks ago blasting the Cardinals that it just wasn't fun anymore being in the broadcast booth. I can understand it. I mean, what's there for him to do? I mean, they analyze things, but you don't have time because they're trying to speed everything up so much.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, I think it's stupid. It didn't really speed up the game that much. I need to drink. Okay.
And while we're at it, get off our lawn, kids, because we're old men that are being grumpy and we're just fundamentalists. So, and I'm all right with that. And I make no bones about it. You're screwing with the game.
I was okay with instant replay. I mean, I think they got that right. As long as they do it in a timely manner. You're not looking at a replay for like 3 minutes.
Right.
If you can't find it in a minute and a half or whatever it is, then it's fine. And they gave umpires last year. They gave umpires microphones to tell the crowd what they were doing, because I mean, before that they would just point at first base or whatever at the runner and say safe. They wouldn't say we're looking at whatever the situation was. Now, what do you think of, and they're doing this in some preseason games, what do you think about the challenging of pitches?
Oh, God. I personally think if you go by that strike box that they put up, which is pretty accurate, just have it buzz in their hand or in their ear that they missed it. It is a strike. I mean, There's no reason for all the challenges and stuff. Just get it right.
Yeah.
It's an easy buzz. I mean, just put a buzzer on them. That was in the zone. I mean,
yeah. And, I really think that most umpires are pretty good, I would say.
I agree.
I mean, there's a few that are just terrible. One that thankfully he retired and he's not on the mound or not on the behind the plate anymore. But I mean, they are so far off the strike zone calling strikes and stuff that it's just ridiculous. And I get it, it's the human element. But when it's that blatant, that far out of the strike zone, you got to do something.
Yeah.
And in case you guys haven't seen it, if a batter or a pitcher wants to dispute the strike or ball call, they just tap their head, and they go kind of like what they do in tennis.
Yes.
It pops up.
Yeah. Yep.
And
that's cool. I mean, if it's not going to, I don't care about the delays. Just get them right. Get the calls right. But I think there's a quicker way. I really do. I think that buzzer would eliminate all of that.
Yeah.
I mean, they do the pitch tracks. It shows if it's touched that box at all. If it touches it at all, just like tennis, it's a strike, period.
Yep. That's exactly what it looks like to me in the tennis when they do the replay and the ball hits the line or it's just past the line or whatever.
Yep.
And there was actually one, I don't know if you saw this, but the replay showed that the ball just barely grazed the top of the strike zone.
Yeah.
And it was a strike.
It's a strike.
It was a strike. You got it.
Yep.
And you have umpires kind of making fun of themselves. Did you hear that one?
I haven't, no, but that's good if they are. They should be funny about it. I mean, why not?
I can't remember who was playing or what the umpire's name was, but the batter challenged it.
Yeah.
And the umpire said the batter is challenging the ball call, and he got the call right.
Right.
And he announced it. Surprisingly, I got the call right.
Might as well.
Yeah,
I mean, I get it. They're upset that everybody's challenging. It's not about challenging you, dude. It's about getting it right. We've seen too many games, cost too many umpires costing games. I mean, thank God they got the replay for home runs now. You've seen those botched in the past. I mean, you got to get it right. There's a lot of people's jobs are on the line in some cases. I mean, everybody goes, it's just a game. No, it's not. It's a livelihood for a manager. And if you lose a game and, you miss the playoffs or you do this because of a blown call, all you can do is cry about it in the paper. Guess what? Ownership doesn't care.
No. They're getting money from the fans in the stands already.
Yep. And they want a better manager, even if you're crying about bad calls. So it does. It costs head coaches jobs and their livelihoods. I'm not crying about them. They're all making 7 digits. I'm just saying. But yeah. So get it right.
Yeah. So you follow the oh, that was weird. You blocked me out.
Oh, great. Now he's having a Dennis Hopper flashback. You got trails going, Paul? You all right over there? All right.
I think I like this better.
Uh-huh.
You follow the Tigers. Yeah, that's your team, right?
Yes.
Tigers.
Yes. Young, up and coming. Very good team.
Are they expected to do anything this year?
Yeah. I think them and the Guardians are going to have a little, probably 5-year war, I would call it. I think those are the two class of that division now. The run they made last year just to get to the playoffs and then to compete and almost get to the ALCS was impressive because, as Sin knows, in Detroit, you pretty much count. They say that you can't win it in the first month. I've watched the Tigers lose it in the first month several times in April. So, yeah. So it was great to see that run. I had already counted them out, honestly. And then they started making that run, and me and Bryce started watching, and it's just good ball. Young kids, some of them. I mean, they're stable. Is obviously the Cy Young Award winner was Scooble, and they were talking about trading him at the deadline. And I said, if they trade him, I'll never watch him again, because we've already done that with 3 Cy Young Award winners and got rid of them: Verlander, Porcello, and Scherzer. So you do that to one more, I won't watch you again. But they were smart; they kept him, and now they're going to build around him because the youth on this team is good.
There was a report card, an off-season report card that I saw, and I'm trying to find it. Talk about being prepared. Right here. I'm just letting him go. Just letting him talk. Keeps wanting me to subscribe to stuff. I don't want to subscribe to stuff. And I don't know. Oh, here. Grading every MLB team. So some guy just popped up on me. How do I get away from him?
Oh,
well, it's not popping up. I was gonna give you guys a grade for your Tigers,
okay,
and my Cardinals, but
yeah,
I don't know what your what grade your Tigers got, but the Cardinals got an F.
Did they really?
They made one signing in the offseason.
Well, that may be why. Yeah,
I don't know who it was, but some bullpen pitcher I don't know. It's not going to be a fun year. Maybe I'll jump ship and start
Come
watching
on over to the
the Tigers.
Tigers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
start
it's
watching the
not too
Tigers.
far from you.
Yeah, but
Hey,
I'm actually going to be in Detroit in April, first part of
nice.
April, I think.
What are you
Going.
going up
Actually,
there
we're
for?
going. With work, we're doing a food show up there.
Very
We're
cool.
we're flying in like Tuesday morning, going to a Tigers game Tuesday night,
Sweet.
food show Wednesday, fly back Wednesday night. So
Let me know how you like Co-America. I love that place. Very
yeah.
old school. The city is in view through center field. They
Hmm.
got the two GM and Chevy trucks hanging up there in the waterfall. It's pretty cool. Giant
That
tiger in left field. When they hit home runs, they light it up and it growls.
that's one of the things that I like about these new stadiums that are popping up the last 20 years or whatever. It seems like they're going back to more old school look, where you can see, whatever city it is, the downtown in the outfield or whatever.
You can walk
Because
by the stadium and peek in and watch an
yeah,
inning or so. Yep, I think that's
yeah.
cool. Yeah.
Um, I think my favorite one, and I've never been there, is the view in Pittsburgh Stadium. I don't
Yes.
know the name of the stadium.
Oh, you said it too quick. I've been there. Not PNC. Is it PNC?
Yeah,
Might be PNC. Yeah.
or is PNC out in San Diego?
Hold on.
That's Petco.
I just got an absolute brain fart. Thank you.
I I thought I smelled something. Um,
Nice.
I
That
think it is
that was
PNC.
solid.
I think it
PNC
is PNC.
Park.
Yeah,
I'm not
good one.
I'm not completely gone. I've got I've drank away all the weak ones. The one is strong.
Brain cell is strong with this
That's
one.
right. This one survived.
But yeah,
Yeah.
that's I think one of my favorite views. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love my view out of Busch Stadium, but I spent a ton of time at Busch Stadium looking in from the outfield. I haven't really spent a whole lot of time on the home base side or looking out
Right.
toward the field, but
Right.
a couple times it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But I mean, a lot of these stadiums nowadays, they're really hitting the mark on really quality
Yes.
looking, giving the
Tot-
fans something to
totally
watch.
agree. Totally
Yeah,
agree.
yeah,
Very much so. Yes, I
yeah.
liked Old Tiger Stadium too, Sin. It was great.
Hmm. Old Tiger Stadium, old, the Cookie Cutter Stadium. I'm actually looking at a picture of Busch Stadium too. The old Cookie Cutter Stadium. I didn't like those. I mean, you
No,
couldn't tell if it was
you're
Busch
right.
Stadium here in St. Louis or Three Rivers in Cincinnati,
Pittsburgh.
right?
That was
Pittsburgh,
Pittsburgh. Yeah.
Riverfront in
Yep.
Cincinnati.
Yeah, they all look
Uh,
the same.
yeah, I mean, there's no
No
um,
character to
character.
them.
Thank you,
You're right.
thank you. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, but yeah, this was fun.
It was fun. Appreciate you
Any,
guys.
anything you would like to add to this baseball
Um,
stadium or?
USFL's coming soon, end of March. So UFL now. Best tickets in the world, to be honest with you. If you've never gone to a game, if you're close to a stadium like Sin in Detroit, go to
Mhm.
Ford Field. I mean, I paid $20. I'm sitting on the 40-yard line behind their bench. You'll never get closer for that amount in your life.
Mhm. Mhm.
And it's good football. Like I
Mhm.
said, I mean, they've produced. I mean, you
Mhm.
got Bates with Detroit and the other kicker for Dallas. I mean, just those two alone have the guy's kicking 64 yarders. I mean, come on. I mean, it's good football. These kids are trying to make another run at it. We don't know why they failed the first time. I told my son, I go, you don't know their personal lives. These
Right.
guys weren't bad. They played D1 football. They're not bad.
Mhm. Mhm.
I said they
And,
could have family issues and stuff like you just don't know. So it's good stuff.
and the NFL teams can only take so many players, and stuff. And these guys just maybe didn't get drafted out of college, and like you said, for some reason didn't make the NFL. And the UFL is a great um, chance for these guys to make a name for themselves and
Absolutely.
get seen by an NFL team. And it's happened, quite a few already. I don't remember names, but I know a few of them, at least from St. Louis Battlehawks. They've been picked up by NFL teams. I mean, they're not the greatest in the NFL, but hey,
Nope.
it gets them to play. I mean,
Let me tell you something.
Good.
They go from $40,000 a year to almost, well, actually 6 digits a year. So yeah, you don't think these kids, it's important to them? Like I said, Jake Bates. I mean, the Buffalo Scout admitted he missed on Bates, and he did. I mean, look at these two. I mean, like I said, the guy from Dallas set a rookie season record, except they wouldn't give it to him because he played a year of semi-pro ball. So they won't give him any rookie awards in the NFL. But yeah, just throwing that out there. It's good. It's good stuff.
Yeah,
and it's cheap. Good entertainment.
It is. It is. And at least here in St. Louis, when the Rams left, the owner kept saying that we couldn't support a football team.
Right.
And I'm telling you.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can.
St. Louis fans, I mean, in most of these football stadiums that the UFL plays in, they don't
maybe 10. Yeah, maybe 10 to 12,000. You guys had third deck sold out.
We had everything sold.
Yes.
out. I mean, a 60,000 seat stadium, we had maybe 45,000.
That is correct.
In the stadium, and it was like that, and it kept growing.
Yep.
So I mean, we can support a football team.
Absolutely.
But yeah, it's a little bit different than the NFL, but I like it. It's fun.
I love it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
and it's football.
Very cool. Yeah. It's awesome.
So,
it's football. So, spring football, there's nothing wrong with that.
No. So all right, Zanza weird. Here we go again.
Homework.
Lame jokes.
Yes. They talked about that. The jokes need to be part of the show from now. They had some good ones over there, actually.
All right. I know Pam had one. Let me.
Yep. There was a scarecrow one. I didn't see this.
10th reindeer, Olive. The other reindeer. I missed something. I'll have to go back and read these jokes.
Yeah.
All right. Maybe we should just do a comedy.
Oh, my God. That'd be good.
or just we just do a show like this.
Oh yes, that'd be bizarro world. Yeah.
All right, guys.
You are so. All right.
Let's just take that off there.
You got two of them going, but it wasn't. They were synced up pretty good, actually. They weren't bad.
Yep. So I probably could have went back to the. Oh well.
Yeah, you're all right. Look, Paul got cloned. I know you need to run. That's weird.
All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching us. Sorry that we were a few minutes late, and sorry that it just got all messed up for a while. But we had fun. It was
we had a
blast. Everybody enjoyed it. And we will see you guys. We'll be on here next week. Who knows what kind of problems I'll have next week?
Yeah.
So, but let me get to the exit. How do we get out of here? Oh, wait, hit the big red button.
That would probably be
I'm new to this. All right. Guys, have a great week. I got to finish this way. Hey guys, thanks, Rick. Have a good night.
See you.